my name is Tim Dyer with Nevada Copper, and we're on the Pumpkin Hollow project site, a world-class copper deposit lying under these lands in the desert of Nevada. Today we're going to take you on a virtual tour of our project. We're going to show you the facilities that we have. We're going to show you the ore body. And more importantly, we're going to introduce you to our leadership team that is developing this mine and is going to bring it into production over the next several years. So please join me today to come on our tour.
So we've got the permits needed to build the mine. We've got the deposit, it's in very good shape. We are starting on the shaft sinking, construction in an advanced stage. But what we really need to do is be able to wrap that all together with the workforce so that as we go from a construction project into an operation, we have the right people in place to get a quick jump start on the actual production of copper, because that's what this is all about. One of the advantages we're going to have to be able to create this workforce will be the fact that we're in Yerington, Nevada. We're very close to a major city. We have hospitals, we have good schools. It's a nice sized community, and the quality of life in Yerington compared to an awful lot of other mining camps around Nevada as well as the nation is much higher. And so that's when you attract the employees, you attract their wives and their kids.
This is the Pumpkin Hollow core shed, affectionately known as the core library. The deposit was originally discovered by U.S. Steel in 1960 for iron. We and other companies later on found copper. We have stored over here over 1.1 million feet of core, of which we use for assay, mineralogical, and geotechnical studies for knowing better about the deposit and the ground around it. As we told you, Pumpkin Hollow is a world-class copper deposit. The primary mineral is chalcopyrite, which contains copper along with gold and silver. The host rock is rich in iron. The deposit reserves contain over 5.2 billion pounds of copper, nearly 1 million ounces of gold, over 32 million ounces of silver, and 126 million tons of iron.
I am a firm believer, and almost everybody in the industry at this point understands that it's the culture of safety that prevents incidents and accidents in the future. And having the stewardship program in place where you are part of the safety program and everybody works for the safety program no matter what their job is, nobody takes offense as long as you start off with the proper safety culture and the proper type of morale is maintained at the operation.
Pumpkin Hollow is a lot more than just a deposit in the ground. It will be the people that make it. And the people that make it is what's important to us, that they're happy and they're safe. That's how we end up with a very successful and productive operation.
Well, this is the hoist house. It houses primarily a 12-foot double drum mine hoist. This hoist is driven by a pair of 1,500 horsepower DC motors through a double reduction gear set. The control room houses all the electronic equipment for the operator to control all the functions and monitor all the functions of the hoist. Due to our proximity to Yerington and the NV Energy power grid, we're able to come directly off the local power grid to supply this project. The head frame behind us is a production-sized head frame, currently being used for sinking. The initial phase of this project is to sink the shaft to depth, and ultimately down to 2160 feet will be the bottom of the shaft.
Right now we're standing at the subcollar, which is the location just below the head frame where we would access the top of the shaft. Normally my day begins actually one level up, right at the bottom of the head frame, where we would load into the man basket and go about 1,000 feet down the shaft. You can see the finished 18-inch concrete liner and the 24-foot diameter shaft. So this is the second deck of the Galloway. This is really, I guess, where they'd probably control most of the utilities, their pumping and stuff like that when they're trying to coordinate that. You can see we've got two openings here, one where the man basket would come through, and then the larger opening here. The footage we took earlier of the mucker being slung out came through this opening right here. And down there you can see the forms, which are steel forms that we use to form and pour the concrete liner, which is the final support for the overall shaft. So this is the bottom deck of the Galloway. This would be the main working platform for when we go to lower the curb in the mains to pour concrete. One of my favorite aspects of this project is that we're developing a copper mine. Yes, it has associated gold and it has associated silver. And most people, you know, if they're from metropolitan Nevada like I was, you don't think of mining in Nevada. And if you do, you think of gold and silver. And so that we're bringing a mid-tier copper deposit, you know, online in Nevada is really cool. It's a very important aspect of our modern society and our culture and the standard of living we expect in order to build our infrastructure and have all of the comforts of our lifestyle.
Today you saw the shaft, head frame, and hoist house. This actually shows the full build out with the mill, the filter, and the rest of the infrastructure that will happen over the next couple years. We're building a mine.
I was born and raised in Nevada, and I've seen a lot of changes in our state. More recently, this economic drought that the state has been going through has wreaked havoc, not only in our community, but our entire county as well. Nevada Copper and its investors have done an outstanding job of making this project a reality. We need to get this project going, and make no mistake about it, we support Nevada Copper, we want them here, we need them here, they're welcome here.
Thank you for joining us on our virtual tour today. I hope you enjoyed it. For more information, go to our website. Thank you.